Well, actually,
But let me just say the point of view. What's lurking over you officially? Never mind recovery and everything, right? What's lurking over you is timid, what we proved in federal court. Kidnap for profit. He gets an incentive. First, if he could take money from you, which he already did, right? And that drug test results.
And he kept going up on the prices.
Yeah, but see that drug test result, that's what we got him on.
We think that's a setup.
But here's where we play. Here's where
more money.
They be in the system, right? Mm-hmm. The corrupt system, the DHS people that stand a fee for getting them kids placed in him for a referral fee. They want us to point out everything wrong about each other, right? Mm-hmm. So that they can say, okay, we got him over there to the father's house now, and look, the same drug history that she's complaining about, we got him. You know, now we got to take the kids and put them in foster care. We took them from the grandparents, we took them from the mom, right? Parents always have more rights before the grandparents, right? So they're with the father, but guess what? We can still get, if we can get them to prove him unfit for any reason, that's what they're vicious, Erick. They're just lurking and waiting, right?
I already know.
All right.
Just like
they would love to now place them immediately as soon as they get $6,000 each, right? They get damaged because of the Ritalin and stuff they got to give to them and everything for the ADHD. They get damaged. They'll never be able to do anything but get Social Security if they survive, right? You won't even know where they are. If they give you visitation, you got to go visit with them at 1515 Arch, and they're taken to an undisclosed location. You don't know what'll be going on with them, even if it's like they're not totally physically hurt, you know? They just won't know who they are, and they'll be getting damaged, right? And then they'll let that 22 months click off, and there goes an illegal adoption. It's illegal because your rights are totally not violated. You'll be coming up saying, but I'm clean, but they'll be getting us on paper. They'll be getting everything on the paper trail. They lock in orders, and it stays unless somebody, like we're fighting in federal court, right? But in federal court, don't have no jurisdiction what goes on in the city, only if you can prove it was organized crime. We've encountered the attack, a mechanized attack, that's very easily removes personalities. You know, and it's very hard to connect relationships, but it can be done. You can show intent, you can measure work ethic, you can measure synergy, modus operandi, you can measure intent. And that does impact quality of life. It impacts our economy, revenues, and there is a child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court reform, state of emergency, which speaks to a homeland security issue. Law-abiding, good people, Philadelphia community people, CPS corruption in government victim American families do all they can to be law-abiding and productive citizens are being victimized and consumed by a higher class of people that is higher in a class through fraudulent positioning, their court positioning, their titles of Esquire, attorney, judge. They are abusing their positions of authority to literally consume what we have of value. Our health, our education, our futures, our careers, our souls. Please, please, everyone rally. Support in whatever way you can. If you're going to go to the DC Fest, if you're going to go to that, go do it. If you're going to try to find a way to manage class action groups, do it. All right? No one fight, no one squabble. We have a common enemy. It is lower powered. It is evil. And it is relentless. Okay. Oh, come to our blog talk radio show. February 21st, Sunday, 11 a.m. It's going to be a landmark show. We are going to really we're going to share our learning, including our mistakes. We're going to share our learning, including our mistakes. Okay, so that's very important that everyone study each other's mistakes and learning patterns so that we can all continue to grow and evolve as opposed to making the same mistakes over and over again. I want to thank all collaborators. I want to thank everyone, especially the ethical professionals that have reached out to me. Thank you so much. Thank you for the recognition of my practice models and what we're trying to do. We have found a way so that even if a person is not able to pay financially, they can get the same secretarial services that would set up a file on their existence and their issues and their merits of their case that might attract no-nonsense counsel for an attorney for the purpose of taking it on contingently, or if the attorney charges a retainer, it's because they see the merits of the case and they're in it to win it. All right? No nonsense. Not being ripped off by family court attorneys who don't even return your phone calls. Okay? So thank you. Thank you for the technology students. Thank you for the law students. Thank you for the business school professors. Thank you for the attorneys, the federal attorneys. Thank you so much. Oh, the commercial litigation attorneys. Thank you. All right. Please go to higherlyrics.org, www.higherlyrics.org. There is a form there that it's the required standard access form. If you want Higher Lyrics to do any work for you, you have to give us the authorization saying you understand that we're going to input everything aggressively in a publicly viewable U.S. citizens controlled incident reporting docket database, and we're going to beg and plead and tout our data everywhere we possibly can. The U.S. Department of Justice, President Obama, any federal funding decision makers, state funding decision makers, legislatures, we're going to take our data aggressively and publicly to anyone who honors us with receiving it, who wants to hear about it. If anybody just says, we would like to see your data, we're going to produce it for them in 72 hours. We're going to get it to them. All right? So with any hope of redress, that's compensation processes, lien processes, claim forms, whatever it is, detoxification for our children, detoxification for our families, anything, health care, refuge, safe houses, transport, parents who've already had parental rights terminated, worried about a second child being taken in the hospital, need transport. They need to deliver those children out of state. Fundraising to pay the filing fees. Pay the filing fees. If they say no in form of part Paris, pay the filing fees. Get these federal cases and these Superior Court appeals underway en masse so we can gather the data that we need for a strong Exhibit A Supreme Court cert petition. God bless everyone. I hope Judge Robert J. Matthews, Fern Brown Caplan, Timothy E. Possenti, Erick L. Brown, and Saundra O. Sullivan get jail time and know the heartbreak of losing the spirit of someone they thought were the most precious thing in the world to them. I hope you know that pain. This is Roxanne Grinage, higherlyrics.org.